Mostly True Stories with Dr. Juan Harrison, a series of feel-good, faith-based short stories from a Texan's perspective. Now here's Dr. Juan Harrison with today's story. Please enjoy.
Back in the 1970s, Alvin Toffler's book, Future Shock, said that the greatest challenge that we're going to face as we get older will be the rapidity of change. Who could have guessed the impact of computers on all facets of our daily existence? For most of us older folks, it seems we fight a losing battle against the constant way that technology keeps affecting our lives. Whether it's the high-definition TV or the car radio, nothing is getting simpler. At times you want to scream. An old friend called the other night because he got all set up to watch his favorite Western rerun, only to find that it was only being broadcast in another language. The company tried to fix it over the phone, but the last I heard, they were bringing in more help. Any wonder we're starting to have shiny bald spots on our head? Our phones deserve their own special section. For much of the world's population, the phone has become like a third hand. It is almost an attachment to our bodies. I used to notice the imprint on a guy's rear jeans pocket made by their Skoal snuff can. Now, especially girls, the phone is jammed into their rear pocket. If my wife says she caught me looking at a girl's rear pocket, I really was just looking at her phone. As a young married guy, I had a summer job repairing and replacing upholstery, especially bar stools, because they were harder for me to mess up. In a cafe one night with my wife, I found myself looking at a bar stool at the counter. I really was checking out the workmanship and the stitching, not noticing the attractive blonde girl sitting on it next to this big, muscular guy I used to see on the Popeye cartoons. Looking up, I saw this big, ugly look from this jealous man. I think we made a hasty exit as my wife complained about not getting to finish her pie. Identity theft continues to be a problem as criminals continue to hack our accounts through our computers and phones, including Facebook. I have had 2 replacement or updated credit cards stolen from the mail on their way to me before I ever got them. Some guy in Louisiana got some high-dollar tennis shoes on me, and recently somebody in Kentucky got a $500 visit to a spa on me. Heck, it hurts me to pay $15 for a basic haircut. We don't even get the good smell-em good splashed on us on our neck. Like I said, things are really changing, not necessarily for our own good. Shoot, the scammers are now calling you with local numbers showing up on your caller ID. Twice they have used the numbers of people I know. I called them back to tell them that the scammers were using their local numbers to fool us on the other end as we looked on our phones. I will brag on the credit card companies for reimbursing my accounts each time I had an illegal charge on a card. You know, it's hard not to be in a constant state of anxiety and frustration as traffic gets rerouted for construction or lights go into flashing mode at intersections and our aging brain has to be careful not to get confused and pull out at the wrong time. I think we begin to lose a little of our self-confidence as we start second-guessing ourselves about distances, and especially at night. We try to keep up a brave front, but more and more, a lot of us don't like to face the prospect of driving toward bigger cities on the roads as the amount of traffic, especially trucks, increases. How about getting through the airport lines or paying in a restaurant at your table on the little computer terminal or the self-checkout line at the big box stores? We lose contact with humans and we have to battle machines. The young ones laugh at us old guys as banks and hospitals and just about everyone else is trying to force us to do everything by computer rather than having to pay humans to talk to us. Many of us just want a good old mom and pop country store and cafe and reminisce about the good old days. All I say to us older guys is don't go aggravating the younger ones, or as the Bible says, frustrate not your children. Throw in grandkids, too. Now, how did they know way back then that we were going to need somebody to set up our remotes and program those big TVs for us? My only consolation, it's what goes around comes around. Someday they'll be the ones looking for the teeth or the glasses on their heads. That's not much comfort, but it helps. This is Dr. Juan Harrison, and this has been a selection from my series, The Mostly True Stories of Dr. Juan Harrison. Find me on Facebook and my books on Amazon.com.